What's up, you guys? It's new me. Good to see you. Happy Thanksgiving. Today is Thanksgiving, and if you hear that noise in the background, that is a air condition heater situation going on, and it's kind of loud. I don't really have any control over the loudness of it. Where I am, it's cold, so we just have it on. But anyway, happy Thanksgiving. I am in a different setup. I'm out of town visiting family, and so while I have some time, I wanted to go ahead and do my 2-year update on my SISTERLOCKS. I've been posting videos about, you know, my med school journey and all of that, and yes, I use the same channel for my SISTERLOCKS as well, just because I just don't have time to have a second channel. And for me, it's just about putting information out there. If the video is for you, you stay and watch. If it's not for you, then of course you don't have to watch. I do plan on putting most of my videos that are for hair, SISTERLOCKS in general, in a folder, so then you can just click on there and it'll be all about like my SISTERLOCKS. But I haven't gotten to that, and I don't know when I will get to that, but that is the plan. So anyway, so yeah, this video is about, you know, the good things, the bad things, and, you know, any things that I regret and all of that, since I've had my SISTERLOCKS, I feel, for enough time to really talk about, like, you know, that stuff. So I will start with the good things. So do I still love the fact that I got SISTERLOCKS? And that is a question that I get all the time. Yes, I do. I love the fact that I still have SISTERLOCKS. I think that it was definitely the best decision that I could have made for myself, for my hair, and also for my lifestyle, because I don't really like to deal with hair all the time. So I have my moments when I want to, you know, do things with my hair, but those moments do not outweigh the moments when I don't want to do anything. So yes, SISTERLOCKS is good for me and my lifestyle. And when I want to make a change, I change it up. For instance, I did a braid out with smaller braids, and I just took them out so you guys will be able to see how braid out looks on my hair. I had about, I would say, 25 smaller plaits in my hair. I did not rod the ends or anything like that, but my technique of braiding is I braid all the way down to probably about 1 inch away from the ends, and then I twist the rest of the way. So that's kind of how I get like a kind of curly effect on the ends. Sometimes I will flip it up and put a like a band on the end, but my hair stays, so I don't really necessarily have to do that. So that's what it looks like when I take it out. It was braided up for about 3 days. But I would get the same effect if I had it braided up for 24 hours, as long as it was able to completely dry. So I get this effect as long as when I dampen it and I braid it, that is able to dry. I will have this same effect no matter how long I leave it in. If my hair is sopping wet, it takes a long time for it to dry, like 2 to 3 days. But if I just spritz it down like the night before and I'm trying to get a braid out for the next day, I won't make it very wet. I will just dampen it with like some rose water, just regular water, and then braid it up, and then it will be fine for the next day. Now this side is a different story. So it was the same braid out, but I was in the weather today and it was been raining all day. So I had on a poncho, but the front of my hair was exposed to the elements. And so I've lost most of the crinkles in the front of my hair, and the part of my hair that was covered with the poncho, I still have, like, you know, some crinkles, but the front area, it's basically done with that. And it's kind of, it's definitely kind of dry, but that's from the color, but it's just kind of frizzy on the ends because my ends are loose. And it's fine. You know, that's the great thing about having SISTERLOCKS. Like, your locks don't have to be perfect. And I feel like you can still wear, like, I feel like I could still go out somewhere and wear my hair like this if I wanted to, or I can flip it over and, you know, create another look or what have you, or even bring some of these over here if I wanted to have some more crinkles showing on that side. So I could do that as well. But anyway, I'm not gonna do that. This is what it is. But yeah, so you know, I've had my locks for 2 years, coming December 31st, and so it's like right around the corner. And I like the fact that my hair is thickening up, the length is coming. So this is basically my hair kind of stretched because I did the braid out, but if I pull it more, it just goes down a little bit more. But for the most part, this is stretched. This is the true length of my hair. I'll turn around the back. If there are gaps or anything, it's because I just took the braids out. But anyway, that's how the back looks. I'm trying to fix it while I'm talking to you, but that's how the back looks. Then from the side, it's about a little past my shoulder, I guess. So that's cool. I do have some that are longer. You see that one that's sticking there? It's like longer. I have it on both sides like that. I think I have another one over. Yeah, I have a couple on this side that are longer. And sometimes I want to cut them, but sometimes I'm like, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's just hair. And that is the reason why they're much longer, is because I closed my slippage. And we will talk about slippage in this video. I closed it because number one, I was bored. Number two, a lot of them need to be closed, and I will explain to you why, but I will talk about that in the part that's bad. So the good part is the fact that, you know, I have my locks, they're locking fine. I'm getting the fullness that I like, and the length is there, which I like. I don't have a length goal or anything like that. I don't want them to be too long, but I don't have a real like actual length goal. Also, you know, the fact that I don't have to do my hair every day. Like, I love that aspect of having SISTERLOCKS, that you just don't really have to do your hair every day. Now, I would say those are like the good things that I like about my SISTERLOCKS. Some of the things that I find that have been problematic for me would be the fact that my edges, which my hair has several different textures throughout my hair, but my edges are the most fragile, and they're just like fine. So they're easy to slip. This one was very long, and as you see, it is now short because it was slipped in the middle of the lock. The slippage was not fixed, and basically when I had my hair retightened, it popped off. And that is some of the bad things that I have to say. I've lost about 4 to 5 locks in that manner where they pop off, and a lot of it has to do with how they were put in. So the girl that actually installed my locks, she did a great job with actually creating the lock and the pattern and all of that, and I think her work was good. But because my density throughout my hair was different all over the place, right? It wasn't consistent, which most people is not consistent. But I think more so a seasoned SISTERLOCK consultant would have known how to deal with that. Because you really, you know, even though you have this, these rules and regulations that you have to abide by to have SISTERLOCKS, everybody is not in that box, and you can still have SISTERLOCKS. So the way that it was installed, she could have taken more hair and put in, you know, and added more strands to the front area, and then they would have been a lot stronger. But because that did not happen, and they're just really too small to fix, the only thing I can do is maybe combine them. I've been having problems with them popping off and also slipping. If I get very close here, so these are like really, really thin. These are my smallest locks I have in the front, are very small. And a lot of them, you can't see it really, but I can see it when I get close. But they have slippage within the lock, and so because of that, I will okay, so this definitely, so if you see, it's like loose hair all the way up here, and these are 2 locks. That's how thin they are. These are 2 locks. Let me just try to get them. So here's this one here, as you see here. So there is slippage all the way from here all the way down to here. That is all slippage that needs to be fixed. And what happens if you don't fix that and your hair grows and keeps growing and growing and growing, it will eventually just, some parts of it may lock, but it will eventually just pop off. Same thing with this one. You see how thin this one is here? So it's the same thing. All this is like slippage that needs to be fixed. And when I got my hair retightened the last time, there was like slippage over here that the loctician was trying to fix. And because she wasn't seasoned really in dealing with my hair, or dealing with hair like mine and these very, very small, tiny locks, she actually ended up ruining the lock. And I actually ended up having to cut that lock because it was basically, the hair was just breaking. It was so thin, it was easy to break, because what she would do, and I guess this is the normal way that you would fix slippage in someone, they basically take the tool, they drag the hair down from the root, right? And then they end up just closing that hole, versus starting where the slippage is and closing the hole that way, so you're not stripping the hair down. And see, that's what happened with that one. But then the next one she fixed it how I asked her to fix it, because I know my hair. But that is what I've been dealing with. So that is the bad part, you know, the part that they're so small, they're so fragile, and I've been having some of them pop off, mainly on this side. This side, not so much. I haven't had any issues really with any of them popping off, but this side, the locks are bigger on the edges. They're still small, but they're a lot less fragile than this other side over here. And so that's kind of my issue that I have, and I'm sure a lot of people deal with that issue. But the fact is, it needs to be fixed. And this is what brings me to this whole thing about slippage. I think that, you know, when I got my hair done, it was done with slippage left, because she never really took it all the way down to the ends. And then I was gone for, you know, a few years where I didn't really have a loctician or a consultant that was well versed in fixing things like that. It was just, they just knew they knew things that they were taught in the book, and they've worked on mannequins. They worked on people too, but not as much as maybe they probably needed to work on people. But she was great for like retightening and all of that, but to fix like slippage and stuff, it wasn't something that was gonna come easy for her. Not that she couldn't have done it, but it just would have been a little bit of a challenge, especially with, you know, my hair, I find. So I didn't have any of that really fixed, like almost, well, was it like during the first year, I really didn't have those things fixed so much, like as far as like all the slippage on my hair. But then I ended up having a lock sister of mine fly in, and she fixed as much as she could in the amount of time that we had allotted for it. And, you know, that was good. But I have so many locks that I have so much to fix, and it's just gonna take a lot of time. But the problem that I'm getting is just mostly like them popping off and things of that nature. The other thing with slippage that you have to be aware of, like, because if your ends are out like mine, then you're at risk of bunching. And I mean, we're at risk anyway of bunching depending on like the hair type that you have. But for me, it's more so I will find a bunching because my ends are loose. And so I have to, you know, I find myself having to like pull my ends out every time, like when I'm washing my hair, if it's damp or something like that, I have to pull the ends out to make sure they're not bunching up. Also, one thing that I do that I even mentioned to my loctician that I go to, I actually moisturize my ends a lot more than probably anyone with SISTERLOCKS would do. But I do that because, as you see, I have color and they get dried out, and when they dry out, they get like really, like not really knotted, but like they start to bunch, and you have to just pull them out, or it just doesn't, when they finally close, it doesn't look right. And I can probably find one and show you what I mean, but it's more so in the back that I'm finding that I have that issue. Oh, like this one for sure. So if you look here, I don't know if I can show you, but this one is small, 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 and then you get to the end, which this end actually was loose, but now it's closed. But if you see here, this inconsistency is bunching that needs to be fixed. So I have a lot more of that in the back area than I do in the front, because I'm able to really just see the front more so than I do the back. So that's a problem that I'm dealing with. Another thing that you'll have, but this is for anyone probably, like my SISTERLOCKS will like get snagged on my clothes. So if I have like on sweaters like this, or different types of material, mainly cotton I find, or like I have a jacket that has like wool, like it's like a wool type of material, but it snags my sister locks, and you can hear like some of the hair strands break and things of that nature. And I was told that it's because my ends are loose, that's why it snags. But if they were closed, it wouldn't snag as much, but you might get lint in your sister locks if they're closed, but the snagging would not happen. So usually when I'm out at work or something like that, I'll wear my hair just off of my neck and, you know, in a bun or something like that, so they don't have the snagging. That's basically, I would say, the bad thing that I've been dealing with my hair for this past year or so. I had dry scalp, excuse me. I had dry scalp for like the longest time, and I ended up using the Neutrogena tea gel, and that worked marvelously. Like, I no longer have dry scalp like I did before. I mean, I get flakes, like small flakes here and there, but if it's time for me to wash or something like that, then I get flakes here and there. But it's not like how it was before. Before, I had like so much dry scalp that I can have just washed my hair. The same day I washed my hair, I had flakes. That was annoying because it just seemed like I didn't do my hair. I didn't wash my hair properly. But that was, it was almost actually making me want to cut my hair because of that. So that has cleared up, and I have it under control now, thank God. Thank God for that. But I no longer really use the SISTERLOCKS shampoo like on a consistent basis. I do use it sometimes, only because if it's the first thing that I have, I will use it. Mainly what I use is the tea gel. I still use the Neutrogena tea gel because it helped me with my dandruff, and I just spray my scalp and get it in my scalp, and then I rinse it out. And I haven't used the SISTERLOCKS shampoo probably in the last 3 months or so. I've just been using the tea gel because that's what has been working for me. When I go to the salon to get my retightenings, they use SISTERLOCKS shampoo on my hair, or they'll use the SISTERLOCKS tea. It's I think it's called green tea shampoo. They use that as well on my hair. They also use like a SISTERLOCKS moisturizer on my hair. I personally do not use the moisturizer on my hair. I just use rose water. I use an argan oil spray on my ends, and sometimes I will use coconut oil on my ends as well. So that is what I use for moisture. But other than that, I don't really use a lot of things for my hair. As far as like my edges and things of that nature, I just use plain water to lay them down. I really don't gel my edges down. I see some people that have SISTERLOCKS, they gel their edges down. I really don't do that, only because my edges are fragile, and I just don't want to do too much brushing or anything like that to my edges, because I don't want them to pop off or lose my little baby hair that I have. So I just stay away from bothering my edges all together. I use my hand to go like this, and that's it. I think that's basically all about my hair that I've been dealing with. I don't see myself. One thing I want to say that, and I've talked about this before, is like, you know, just sometimes not feeling as confident. You know, sometimes I go through that where I don't feel as confident about my hair when I'm out and about, but those are just, it could be like certain times in a month, maybe that's why I'm more sensitive. Other than that, like, I don't really feel that way. But there have been times where I don't feel as confident, and I don't feel like I, you know, look pretty or something like that. And I know that's so superficial, but society today has a way of making you feel that way. And I will say, a lot of my subscribers, when I have those days, there are times I have to go back to my comments on my videos or on my Instagram and read those comments to just be like, you know what, they're so right, just don't even think about those people. You know, so sometimes I find myself doing that. So when you guys leave comments like that, thank you so much, because it definitely helps get my mind away from that stuff. So because I've come too far, I do see my hair flourishing, and I do feel that my hair is professional Like, I don't allow my hair to look bad in a way where, you know, it's just all over the place. I do take time and I try to retighten my hair so it looks neat. Like, I just mostly, if my hair is grown out, I will retighten just a few in the front here just to make it look more neat, presentable, if you will. If I'm having things to do with school or, you know, interviewing or anything like that, that's what I would do, just to make it more presentable for others. And it's sad that we have to do things like that, but you know, you do. So that's kind of how I approach it. I have not worn a unit or anything like that out since the second year of med school, basically. But I still have my units. I still have them, and I have, you know, still been toiling in my mind about, do I want to wear them, do I not, you know. So I don't really know. At this point, I'm good. At this point, I'm not trying to wear a unit or anything like that. I'm just being thankful for my hair and, you know, playing with it and finding like a more professional look for my upcoming residency photo that I have to take, because I want to make sure that that picture looks really good. And you guys have actually given suggestions to me. My loctician has given me suggestions, so I'm gonna be trying some updo hairstyles that would seem to be a lot more conservative and professional for my residency photo. But anyway, yeah, that's basically it about my 2-year update on my hair. Everything is good about my hair that I like. I'm not changing anything. The problems that I have with my hair, I'm just trying to work on them and hopefully get this side of my hair back to where it needs to be, because it's a baby. It's a baby, and it needs to be baby more. I hate that I lost this one. This looks so crazy, right? Because it's like right there in the middle, like, of my hair. I don't know, but it looks so crazy. I don't know why my hair just goes right there. It don't go anywhere else like that. But that's basically it. If you guys have any questions or anything like that, you know what the deal is. Leave it down below. I will answer them as soon as I possibly can. I try to be, you know, really quick on the responses, because I do have my phone with me and I do get the notifications when you guys leave a comment. So I try to respond very fast if I can. If you like this video and it was helpful, please subscribe, share, and everything like that. And yeah, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.